Hi everybody, my name is Ashley and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 different ways to eat vegan. There are so many different ways to eat a vegan diet, and the first of those ways is high carb, low fat. People who eat this way eat the majority of their calories from carbohydrates and have a lower percentage of their calories from fat, usually under 15 or 10%. And there are 4 different categories of eating this way that I've found. First of those is fruitarian. And these people eat, like it sounds, fruit. Sometimes they incorporate some leafy greens, but most of the time, people who identify as fruitarian mainly eat their calories from fruit. There are a lot of YouTubers lately that have eaten this way in the past and have recently shifted their diets because it wasn't working for them anymore. Raw Alignment used to eat this way a couple years ago, and Kate Fruit Flowers also used to eat this way. There's also 30 bananas a day, and that's where people go on Banana Island and eat 10 bananas for breakfast, 10 bananas for lunch, and 10 bananas at dinner. Personally, I would get so bored of bananas eating that way, but anybody who it works for, more power to them. Another way of eating that's very similar to this is called the fully raw diet, or 80-10-10. And the phrase 80-10-10 came from Dr. Douglas Graham, who wrote the book, The 80-10-10 Diet. The whole premise is that you eat at least 80% of your calories from carbohydrates and 10% or less from fat and protein. Fully Raw Christina and Johnny Juicer both eat this way, and it seems to work for them. They seem vibrant and healthy, and if it works for them, it works for them. Another step into cooked food beyond that is raw till 4. So raw till 4, the whole premise is that you eat raw vegan up until 4 p.m. or basically for your first 2 meals of the day, and then for dinner you eat a cooked meal. And the majority of the cooked food should be unprocessed whole plant foods, basically. Raw till 4 sometimes does include sugar and does include like white rice instead of brown rice and stuff like that. The thing I have a hard time supporting with raw till 4 is the pressure to eat as many calories as possible, eating 3,500 calories a day. And that is very hard for an average person to do, or an average person to compensate for with activity level. There are athletes out there that need that many calories a day, but the majority of people do not fit into that category. There are a lot of people who have tried raw till 4, gained even more weight, and then tried something else. One of those people is High Carb Hannah, and she went on YouTube to document her weight loss journey, and ended up showing that raw till 4 simply didn't work for her. She then tried the 4th type of high carb, low fat diet called the starch solution. John McDougall wrote a book called The Starch Solution, and his basic premise is that our bodies are not made to be frugivores, we're made to be starchivores. And we are readily able to break down starchy, complex carbohydrates, like from potatoes and grains, and assimilate that into the sugars and proteins that our body needs. On the flip side of things, there's the low carb, high fat, or low carb, high protein vegans. These are the keto, paleo side of things, and these are the people who maybe have tried high carb and it didn't work for them. I'm not entirely familiar with all of the different restrictions surrounding paleo, but I do know that keto is supposed to be the majority of the calories from fat and very, very low, almost zero carbohydrates. And personally, not eating carbohydrates simply wouldn't work for me. But I have tried kind of a paleo style diet where I avoided most grains. And for some people, grains are kind of irritating to the gut, so I completely understand that. But I simply couldn't do a low carbohydrate diet. It wouldn't work for me. The next way of eating I refer to as whole foods plant-based, and some people refer to as nutritarian. So in this way of eating, there are no processed foods, so no oil, no refined sugar. Some restrict salt, some don't. It depends on the person. But the premise is, for whole foods plant-based, the diet consists of whole foods that are plants. It's very straightforward. And some people can feel restricted by this type of diet because it requires a shift in your mind. You have to think of food more as fuel and your time preparing it as an investment rather than simply grabbing something from the grocery store to fill you up. Nutritarians are the belief that if something is healthy, you eat it. If it's not healthy for you, you don't. And it's a slippery slope there, having a healthy relationship with food and not taking it too far into the point of orthorexia. No one should be afraid of food or be afraid that if they eat one thing that it's going to ruin their health forever, or that one food is going to give them cancer if they eat it once. That's simply not true. An example of someone who eats this way and makes wonderful What I Eat in a Day videos is Lily Koi Hawaii. She has a great channel that goes into all of the different health practices that she does to keep herself healthy and all of the different foods that she eats to keep a varied and nutritious diet. She references Dr. Greger's book, How Not to Die, in her videos quite a bit. And I personally really enjoy his book and really enjoy the way of eating that he promotes. And I feel my best when I eat that way. So that's what I choose to do. And then we come to regular old vegans. As long as it didn't come from an animal, it's fair game. Some people that eat this way are Cheap Lazy Vegan, Unnatural Vegan, and Mike the Vegan. And these people really just want everyone to be vegan because less cruelty to animals, less environmental impact, and health benefits. Yes, please. So that isn't to say that they're junk food vegans or people who only eat the meat alternatives and the cheese alternatives and things like that. They're substitutes for animal products. But regular vegans just eat regular food, balanced diet, rice and beans, sometimes meat replacements, sometimes Oreos, who knows? And a lot of people feel really good eating this way, especially coming from a standard American diet. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell down below so you won't miss any of my new videos, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.